Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a ranked game in my Druid, going over the match, excuse me, the matchmaking. We've got an enemy Nakamov, Vermont, Kremlin, Minotaur, Hindenburg, Gearing, and a Vampire 2. The map's Northern Waters, 3-cap domination, and we are going to kick this one off with a little game really just highlighting Druid's durability. This is a game, by no means was this the most tanky game. I probably could have tanked quite a bit more damage if I'd been a little more skilled in my dodging. But this is a really solid game. Now, we are looking at an enemy Nakamov for the enemy CV. So when I get an opportunity, I kind of want to help my team out by acting as an AA trap. Druid does have pretty decent AA. So something like these torpedo planes, typically they're not going to be the hugest threat to me unless I've got something else going on. So it's in my best interest to try to save my team some damage here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and activate my AA early on. I do have a Minotaur that he's gonna creep into its AA. I am gonna pop Hydro, spot these torps early. Just kind of a good idea. You don't want anybody eating torpedoes early, catching a flood, and then running into the initial engagement with the enemy team. That would just kind of suck. But at this point, I'm gonna push up here to A cap. Now, I am vastly outspotted by Gearings and Vampire 2s. Both of them are, you know, between 5.6 and 5.9 kilometer concealment, and the build that I'm running with Druid has a 6.6 kilometer concealment. Again, got more torpedo planes coming in. Gonna go ahead and get it on. Got a Vampire 2 that's on my side of the map, and just gonna start throwing some shots out there. Now this engagement is quickly going to run into who can shoot and smoke and who can't. I'm already undetected. He's still detected. Now he's got the smoke that he can move around quite a bit more than me. So you're going to see me doing a lot more recon by fire. He's really hurting himself by letting himself get seen like that. You can see he's undetected now. I'm starting to switch to, you know, recon by fire. Looks like he's reversing. I'm still getting some hits here. But I see the rocket planes coming in. It's time for me to skedaddle and try to avoid some of that damage coming in. Shoot down these planes, just kind of kite out. And I got quite a bit off that Vampire 2 in that engagement without really losing much. Now that's key because Druid has access to the repair parties. You can recover quite a bit of HP on this destroyer. You already start out with a pretty good amount with 28,800 HP. So at this point, still got that smoke up. I don't want to push in and just be aggressive with my AA. I wait till I actually get surface spotted this time. And I'm looking just to see where this Vampire is. You can see we've already shaved half off this DD. Again, Royal Navy smokes. It's not really in my benefit to take an open water engagement here with this Hindenburg 14 kilometers away. My team's not really shooting at this Vampire, but I also saw that my CV was coming back with planes, and this Vampire smoke would be wearing off relatively shortly. So this gives me an opportunity to really cripple this guy, and if my shooting was better, could have picked up the kill. And right here, I should be reducing that lead that I'm giving right now on the mini-map, and that's where I went wrong. I do miss the bombers coming in, and the CV is able to pick up a pretty good chunk on me. That's unfortunate, but it's one of those situations that You know, I'm honestly just target fixated on the vampire too. I know that I'm going to get detected here, so I'm just trying to duck in behind this island, get some damage out on these torpedo planes. Get surprised with the gearing popping up. That's kind of a twist with the gearing just kind of having hung out, letting his vampire buddy get torn up. Wasn't really expecting that, but now that he's out here, I can do what the vampire does, or the druid does, and that's punish destroyers. I had slammed on the brakes. I was looking at the mini-map, saw the rocket planes coming in. Now I know this Kremlin's gonna poke me around the island. I could smoke up. Honestly, that would probably be the better play. But I don't know what that shot was, but basically just getting narrowed to the Kremlin. My gun bloom wears off, and I'm just gonna make a call that, you know what, they got all these ships back here. That's an actual misplay. Forgot I had my AA on. Just gonna use the smoke to disengage here. Now this almost had me bite and fully accelerate out, because it's still hard for me to judge exactly if that drop's gonna hit or not, depending on how far he's dropped it away. But at this point, I'm just gonna burn this smoke, turn off my AA, fall back to the Kremlin, and just make myself a little bit harder to hit. I need some time to recover HP. I mean, we've just been getting strike after strike with the CV, and that's just complicating what we're trying to do here. So, popping off the first of my next repair. You can see the CV's still hungry, just dropping the smoke. You know, he's doing whatever he can to try to put pressure on me. And honestly, it's not a bad idea, because I'm the lowest HP target around here right now. So at this point, I know that in a minute I'm gonna have my other repair. I've got smoke available. I am really looking at, well, why hasn't my Kremlin erased this Kremlin, because he's got a broadside shot. I think my Kremlin's actually shooting at this Hindenburg for some reason. Yeah, you can see his shots. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just going to use this opportunity to try to help my team finish off the Kremlin. If we can polish him off, that's really going to start to clear up this cap situation, because the Hindenburg, he's kited out. The gearing can't really hang with me, so we're looking at just, you know, likely ineffective shots from the Hindenburg, the CV focus, and the fight with the gearing would be, you know, the only real things we have to mop up on this flank. For some reason, I do get the broadside on the Kremlin. He's turning out. This is a mistake. You can't do this with the Druid. It's just a lot of DPM. So we do finish off well, my team finishes off the Kremlin. We're gonna go on ahead to skedaddle, and we're gonna push in, and I am looking to see if I can either pick up a cap or pinch this gearing, because with these rocket planes coming in, and that's what I'm expecting, he's not going to be able to make it through the gap, and I think he's actually hydro detected by my friendly Minotaur. So I want to get in range as quick as possible. Just abundance of caution, flipping that hydro on. I know he's already used his torpedoes, but gearing can actually have a really quick torpedo reload if he's spec'd for it. So just being safe, gonna push right in here. For some reason this gearing, he doesn't even shoot at me. I don't know what's going on, but you know, that's that's the end of it. Maybe he's just had enough, send me off to the next game. Because, I mean, my team, we still haven't lost a ship yet, and they're down to, you know, 3 ships. So, gonna step into ACAP and see what I can do. I'm kind of thinking that I might have to rush this island to get this Nakamov as my next damage dealing opportunity. Hindenburg doesn't really have that much HP, and hey, it's apparently still Christmas. Nakamov's coming out to play, so gonna get some damage out of this deal. Now this is a really good engagement, so you can look at, you know, the different areas of this ship where I'm getting penetration, where I'm bouncing. You do have enhanced penetration angles with your AP here, but I'm still bouncing a lot on this ship as the range gets closer. I am turning right now to kind of open up a better angle here, but the CV is going to turn right into me, and I mean he can, because the Minotaur, he's just following right behind me. So if he just puts his bow right at us, it's going to be much harder for us to deal damage. Just Nakamov secondaries, they just seem pretty ineffective at actually defending the ship in this sort of situation. And I mean, the AA between the Minotaur and the Druid, he's not going to get a strike off at us. Here, just shifted my aim. The bow of the ship kind of flares in a little bit, and I'm trying to find that sweet spot where I can just get enough angle into the Nakamov where we're able to get some penetration, and we end up picking up the kill on the Nakamov. And at this point, just kind of running down the Hindenburg. Maybe we get some damage here, maybe not. Regardless, we're going to be winning this game on points. So this is Druid. This is a game where you got to see, you know, a decent bit of AA focus, and, you know, just kind of how I was skirmishing with the other DDs. That were just trying to, you know, do their thing and work their agenda against me. And a Druid is definitely a ship that I would, if I'm in another destroyer and I see a Druid, I would be cautious about picking a fight with a Druid, especially if you don't have a lot of frontal DPM where you're not able to angle at this ship, and really that angling is going to be your only real hope against this ship. So if you're in something like a small end or a Friesland or something like that that only has half their DPM up front, Druid is a really nasty ship to fight, just because all of those penetrations are going to add up real quick. This game, a lot of base XP, basically just dumpstered 2 destroyers, shot down a ton of planes. It's not huge damage game, but it definitely shows you what this ship can be capable of. Again, it's a premium. Here's the breakdown on the XP. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, the invite to the community Discord, my Patreon channel, is in the video description. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.